Don't worry, it's all perfectly safe. Ha! Only joking. I've taken the saw off. It's perfectly safe. Safe for me, safe for you, but more importantly, safe for trees, because we're cutting far too much of our trees off. I'm a tree consultant, not a surgeon. I'll start my slides. I used to say I don't own a chainsaw. I can't say that anymore because I bought that one. Bought that one for this talk, for the effect. But I don't use a chainsaw. Begrudge buying that really, but at least while it's sat there safely, it's not out there murdering innocent trees. So I have saved some trees. I'm Tom Thompson. I'm a tree consultant, an activist, an upcoming author, and an international speaker on the Treeconomy, promoting the value and benefits of our tree resource for our health, our wealth, and our well-being. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. I've had my business over 8 years, and I've planted over 1 million trees. Not myself, I'd still be doing that now, but overseeing the planting of over 1 million trees. That's still not enough. And I manage trees. But I do own one of those, but I don't use one of those. So how can I manage trees without a chainsaw? What do I use? I use these, my eyes. Not quite as demented as those eyes on that slide there, hopefully, but with just normal eyes, but looking to see what we need to do. I use binoculars to get a closer view. I don't climb trees, I'm ground-based, but I use binoculars to see what I need to see. And I use this. Who said receding hairline? Is that you? You're not a tree surgeon, eh? We use our brains and think about it. See, what most people do when they have a tree-related problem is they go and ask a tree surgeon. What they're doing there is asking someone who gets paid by how much tree he cuts off what he thinks they should do. I can see a potential flaw in that system. Maybe it's just me. But it's insane, isn't it? We wouldn't do that with our own health. If we had a pain in our stomach, we wouldn't go to the hospital, go to the operating room and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Surgeon, when you finish doing that one, I'll just hop on the trolley. You've got all the equipment here, you've got your tools, you might as well do me as well. Cut me open and do your stuff." That would be absolutely mental, wouldn't it? But that's what we do with our trees. When it comes to our health, our pets, or our trees, we should speak to a consultant before we speak to a tree surgeon. So a little bit of history about trees. The first trees were Claxodopsida. I may even have said that wrong. They were Devonian. Don't worry for our Cornish contingent, that's nothing to do with the strange lot just over the county border. Devonian period. That was over 350 million years ago. Long time ago. Then we got the coniferous trees, the triangle trees, Christmas trees if you like. That was over 300 million years ago. And then we got the broadleaves, the lollipop trees, the deciduous ones that drop all the leaves in autumn. They came around about just under 300 million years ago. 250 plus. Humans, they came along 300,000 years ago. And 1830, it's an interesting date. Can anyone tell me what happened then? We invented those things. Chainsaws, not quite as fancy and shiny as that one. That's when we had the first chainsaw. So how did these trees get on before we came along and before we invented them? They were doing fine without us. That's not the whole story, because we are living close to trees, and there is a certain amount of tree surgery that does need doing. A little bit, but we have far too much. Not all of it's necessary, it's very expensive, and you need to speak to a consultant.